सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। Okay, let's chant. Who's next? अथ नवमोऽध्यायः।
अथ नवमोऽध्यायः।
श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्रीभगवानुवाच
इदं तु ते गुह्यतमम्
इदं तु ते गुह्यतमम्
प्रवक्ष्याम्यनसूयवे
प्रवक्ष्याम्यनसूयवे
ज्ञानं विज्ञानसहितं
ज्ञानं विज्ञानसहितम्
यज्ञात्वा मोक्ष्यसे शुभात्।
यज्ञात्वा मोक्ष्यसे शुभात्।
राजविद्या राजगुह्यम्
राजविद्या राजगुह्यम्
पवित्रमिदमुत्तमम्
पवित्रमिदमुत्तमम्
प्रत्यक्षावगमं धर्म्यम्
प्रत्यक्षावगम धर्म्यम्
प्रत्यक्षावगमं धर्म्यम्
प्रत्यक्षावगमं धर्म्यम्
सुसुखं कर्तुमव्ययम्।
सुसुखं कर्तुमव्ययम्।
Yeah. So last class we did a summary of chapter 8, and I think Bhagavan Sri Krishna wanted us to stop just at the right time. You know, these people have heard all this. What is this? Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishatsu and all that. They've been hearing it again and again. Enough of your talk, and so just cut it off. Stop it now. Now is the time to stop. I think that worked out well for us, and I was so moved when that happened. And just when the last sloka got over, we concluded. So we have, I feel so blessed that we can begin chapter 9 today and resume our study of Bhagavad Gita. And so now, knowing that chapter 8 was an odd man out, so to speak, was a, I don't know, odd man out these days, you know, we should say odd person out, I think. I don't know, I've not heard that phrase before, but Madhumati ji and others can help us understand the, you know, the sensitivities around these kinds of things. So, but anyway, it's a unique, let me be safe. It was a unique chapter. We saw that. And so now we are going to come back to the Brahma Vidya track. Brahma Vidya track means Brahma Vidya here and now, not postponed to another loka. Okay. So previously Kramamuktihi and Shukla Gatihi. Kramamukti via Shukla Gatihi. That's what I meant. And then now we have to, and why did, if you ask, why did Krishna mention it? He said, well, Upanishads also mention it. Upanishads talks about Shukla Gati. So we saw a couple of shlokas during that chapter 8. And so, therefore, Krishna must have decided, no, we should mention it because there is a chance that people might be interested in it, etc. Therefore, that topic of Shukla Gati, the topic of Kramamurti is something we come to know of. Okay, Madhumati ji says odd one out. Okay, odd one. Yeah, it's still not as impressive as odd man out, but there must be something better than odd man out. I think it's a challenge we are giving to Madhumati ji. Okay, odd one out. Okay, that's better. So we come to know of the Shukla Gatihi, but we are not deeply interested in Shukla Gati. We don't have an overriding interest in moksha after this life. Okay, so we're not interested in that krama mukti, just an academic interest. Okay, now we are back to what? We are back to sadhyo mukti, correct? Sadhyo mukti or jivan mukti. That's the topic of Advaita Vedanta. And so this chapter 9 is going to be somewhat similar to chapter 7. And we can guess that. And how we can guess that? If you look at the first shloka that we chanted, idam tu te guhyatamam pravaksha manasuyave jnanam vijnana sahitam. Okay, does this ring a bell? Jnanam and vijnana. Yeah, few of you are saying thumbs up. Okay, thumbs up. Okay, thumbs up. Not that Coca-Cola thumbs up, but here this Saptamodhyaya, seventh chapter. If you go back and if you look at shloka number 2, Jnanam Teham Savijnanam. Here also is saying Jnanam Vijnana Sahitam. This is uncanny. It's like a continuation of the ninth chapter. It's like Krishna saying, "Oh, you got too carried away by this Krama Mukti. I mean, both of us got carried away. Let's come back to the main topic." Like that, he must have thought, I think. And he said, "Jnana Vijnana Sahitam." And so now I can just say, go back to your class. So that class, seventh chapter. Okay, and so quickly we'll review this Jnanam and Vijnana. So we know that when the word jnanam is accompanied by the word vijnanam, jnanam cannot mean what it used to mean in other contexts. So that's a way to remember that. It's a way to always think of it. So therefore, jnanam is something less than vijnanam. Why less? Why not more? Well, because vijnanam, vishesha jnana. Vishesha. Vishesha means special, something special. So that V stands for special. And so the jnanam is somewhat less than vijnana. That is the way to look at it. And so we know what that is. So seventh chapter is para prakriti and apara prakriti. So jnanam has to be apara prakriti and the vijnanam must be para prakriti. Okay. So jnanam has to be saguna brahma and vijnanam must be nirgunam brahma. Okay. And jnanam must be swargalokam and other lokas. Vijnanam has to be this loka. No, Vijnanam cannot be this loka also. Vijnana has to be aloka. Has to be aloka. That's why you have a name called Alok. Look at that. Alok, they say aloka. Why? Because that is aloka. That Atma is not to be found in any particular world. Okay, aloka. Okay, and then Jnanam has to be, there is the Ishta Devata. Vijnanam has to be Nirguna Brahma Devata. Devata, we don't use the word with Nirguna Brahma. Jnanam has to be Paroksha Ishvara, Uparwala. Vijnanam has to be aparoksha Ishvara. The Ishvara that is here and now, that I can recognize. I can recognize in this world and I can recognize as myself also. That is aparoksha Ishvara, correct? And so, like this is the way to understand Jnanam and Vijnanam. And so, chapter 7 was called Jnana Vijnana Yoga, if you recall. So, it's called Jnana Vijnana Yoga. And this chapter is going to be called Raja Vidya Raja Guhya, based on this second shloka, Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam. Okay. So, this much we understand. And so, what about this Jnanam Vijnana Sahitam? Vijnana Sahitam means what? I will tell you Jnanam Vijnan Sahit, Vijnan ke Sat, along with Vijnana. Both I will tell you, he says. And then tell you means what? Pravakshyami. Pravakshyami. I will tell you. In 7th chapter, what did he say? He said Vakshyami, I think. Yeah. He said in shloka number 2, Vakshyami, he said. Yahan par Pravakshyami. Prakarshena Vakshyami. Means I'll tell you clearly. And if you any doubts you had in the 7th chapter, it should get clarified in the 9th chapter. Correct? Pravakshyami. And then Guhyatamam. What kind of knowledge it is? It is Guhyatamam, the greatest of the secrets. Greatest of the secrets. See, it looks like an advertisement, or it looks like a way to grab somebody's attention. Okay, suppose somebody tells, "I'll tell you a secret." I'll tell you a secret. Can you keep a secret? You know, they say, "I'll tell you a secret." Then they also tell you, "Can you keep a secret?" Means you should not tell it to anybody. Okay, just between you and me. Okay, don't by mistake also tell it to your friends. Can you keep it? And then after some time she'll tell you, yeah, what happened? Tell me that. I'm waiting for it. Oh, wait. I'll tell you tomorrow. Tell you tomorrow. Tomorrow? You're there right in front of me. I'm there in front of you. You're saying tomorrow, 24 hours from now, you're going to tell me that secret? Yeah, I think I need to think about it. I need to think about it now. You don't trust me? Is that what you mean? And I'll keep a secret. I'll promise. I promise that I'll keep the secret with me. And that secret is never kept with us. It always goes away. And so, whenever somebody says, it's a big top secret, means immediately all tentacles are all up and ready to listen. So it appears like an advertisement here that Krishna is saying very top is the topmost secret, not to topmost secret also. Okay, and I don't know. Sometimes we have to do all these things. This Kathopanishad course we advertised. Okay, we advertised only. We have to send a note out, and then our Narayanji prepared a nice graphic. I don't know how many of you remember all these things. But the nice graphic was there, and then in that he had put a picture of this bull, and then Yamadharmaraja in the shadow. It's all dark and with a bright background and all. It's very, and then the boy is standing in front and all that. So I was very impressed. I said, Mahodaya, where did you get this from? Picture. And he said he got it from Chennai Mission book. Then I said, oh, this could be a copyright violation. And then how many of you noticed we gave credits to Chennai Mission? How many of you noticed that? Okay. Bhagya and Lakshmi and others noticed it. So at the bottom we said courtesy CCMT, Central Chennai Mission Trust. And so you have to advertise also what to do. Some attraction has to be there, and then only then once people go inside and they get trapped after that. Something else is given. So we keep on putting that thing. But when you said how much can you put Brahma Vidya and all that, it's only to some extent we can do all these things. and and even here people tell me that Guruji, this subject is too dry, right? And our Ramesh said the other day also in the Kathopanishad class is that it's too dry. Too dry. You know why it's too dry? I thought about it. After he said it, I thought, why is this subject too dry? Why do I like it? Everybody says it's dry. It's because we got used to too much masala. We got used to pani puri and bel puri and this puri and that puri and so constant garam masala and this masala. You just put all these bottles kada 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 kada. And lifelong we've been putting masala. And suddenly somebody says here is yogurt. Yogurt is good if you have a lot of masala. Then yogurt you need because the stomach is aching for yogurt. Okay. But otherwise, plain yogurt, if somebody gives, what will you say? America, they figured it out. They figured it out. They put a lot of sugar in this yogurt. And you eat that yogurt, you feel like, wow, this how come mother never gave me this kind of yogurt? Okay, you wonder. And then you look at the calories and all that. This is, oh my God, this is loaded. This is worse than ice cream. So that's why this subject is dry. Really, it's not supposed to be dry, but it's dry. And I'm also trying my best to put some masala in the class, but I don't know. You've got great people like Chinnayanandaji and Dayanandaji who came and went, and they taught us how to teach. My God, what teachers they were! But we are so blessed that we've been taught by them. But anyway, this is all to explain this Guhyatamam. Top secret. Okay, this is top secret. Okay, he didn't say don't tell anybody, but he said top secret. And then he also says, what happens if you know this? Yad jnatva. If you know this, what will happen to you? Then something should happen. Mokshe se ashubhat. Ashubhat mokshe se means you will be free. You will be free from ashubham. What is ashubham? Samsara. In one word, Ashubham means you don't have to look around to the dictionary and all these things. Shubha, Ashubha. Something means whatever light I'm leading is called Ashubham. And going after this, Apara Vidya, okay, Anatma Vidya, everything I know comes under the category of Anatma Vidya. This is not Anatma Vidya, this is Atma Vidya. Okay, Brahma Vidya. And that is supposed to release me from this samsara, and that is called moksha. Therefore, mokshase ashubhat, amangalat mokshase. So, mangala, this is all called mangala. We're studying the topic, whatever we study, it's called mangala. That is a real mangala. So, idam tu. Idam jnanam pravakshami. This knowledge I am going to teach you. Okay? And to whom? Te anasuyave. Te means to you. Te tubhyam. To you. Te. Like a namaste. Namaha te. Namastubhyam. Namaha to you. So to you. And what kind of you? Krishna qualifies that you by the word anasuyave. Anasuyave. The word here is asuya. 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 The one, see, normally Asuya is commonly understood as jealousy. Jealousy, not commonly. But jealousy has another word. Matsaryam is jealous. That is when you want to refer to the word jealousy, you have to use the word Matsaryam. And here, Asuya. Asuya is Paraguneshu dosha avishkaranam. Paraguneshu dosha avishkaranam. That means trying to find fault. Trying to find fault. You see the idea? Trying to find fault. Not being jealous. Jealousy is a different problem. Trying to find fault is one kind of problem. So somebody comes and then it says, look, he doesn't know to leave the slippers outside. Something. Some criticism must be said. Something. Yeah, person is talking quite well. No, he doesn't know how to leave this. Where to leave the slippers. Something may be there. Some criticism must be given. And no, he did not put the kumkum on his head. Some criticism will have to be given on that person. That is called that buddhi is called asuya buddhi, and anasuya, that one who does not have that kind of a buddhi is one who is pure, one who has shraddha. Shraddha is the opposite of asuya. Correct? Asuya. Shraddha is opposite of this fault finding. Shraddha means what? I cannot sit in front of the Vedas and try to find faults in the Veda. No, it won't help me at all. Don't help me. So, Anasuyave, he says that. We can question, all right. And in fact, I am answering your questions. Hey, Arjuna. Questioning is different. The commitment is true, to truth is there. And, okay. Is there a noise coming from here?
So, we are talking about Asuya. Fault finding attitude. Fault finding. Because Swamiji would say what? Proofreader's mind. Proofreader. You know what proofreading is? Proofreading. Yes or no? Yeah. Proofreading. Proofreading means some you are the editor of a. I mean, you're not the editor. You're working in a newspaper company like Hindu or Times of India or whatever. And then you're a proofreader means what? You'll have to look at these things and find mistakes. Find pretty mistakes. Some mistake you have to find. Constantly you're looking for mistake. Your job is to find mistake. You don't have to understand the article, okay? You don't understand, oh, this person Anand got the gold prize in chess or nothing. You don't have to worry about all that. You don't have to say, hey, this Aurangabad is going to be renamed as something. I forgot the name now. And they're going to rename that city, okay?
Sambhajinagar.
Sambhajinagar. And so, you don't have to worry. You don't have to get excited about this news. Nothing. You don't have to know who Shambhaji. Nothing. Maharashtra state is there in India. You don't have to know all that. You have to find mistakes. You have to find mistakes constantly. And use the chief minister of Maharashtra. Now, you don't have to worry about all that. All the politics that are going, you don't have to know all that. You don't have to know nothing about all that. You just have to. English make which mistake hai ya nahi. Did you write two E's instead of one E? I instead of A? This is what you have to find out. This buddhi is called Asuya buddhi. There it's a job. You are paid a salary to do it. There it's okay. But after proofreading job, when you come home, what buddhi I will have if I am a proofreader? I have to be very careful. Poor proofreaders, I don't know how they manage it. And so that buddhi, te anasuyave, and idam jnanam pravakshami vijnana sahitam yajnatva mokshase ashubha. We saw all that. Okay, so let's translate this. Okay, am I audible now?
Yagmaji, Asuya is fault finding. What is Anasuya is the same thing?
Anasuya is absence of fault finding. Na asuya. Asuya na vidyate yasmin. One in whom there is no asuya is the person is called anasuya. And unto that person, anasuyave pravakshyami, you. So both are samanadhikaranya. Te and anasuyave are samanadhikaranya. Okay. All right. So Sri Bhagavan said, whereas means what? How come this shloka starts with whereas? So whereas means in contrast to this Kramamukti and in contrast to Shukla Gati and Krishna Gati that we talked about, I am talking about something that is Agatihi. Correct? Two. That is one way to understand that. Okay. Whereas I will explain clearly and in detail to you. I will explain clearly and in detail to you, comma, who are without. Swami uses the word calumny, C-A-L-U-M-N-Y. You can say slander, who are without slander. You put it in quotes and make sure you understand this properly. Okay? Slander. You're not a fault-finding person. Your commitment is to truth, to know what is what. That person, okay, who are without slander, comma, this most secret knowledge. this most secret knowledge together with immediate knowledge. Immediate knowledge. Why is Swami using the word immediate knowledge? Aparoksha jnanam is always immediate. Why? Because versus what kind of knowledge? Something that you have to verify later. Okay? Every knowledge is about something. And often it is theory, and theory is incomplete. You must have some practice. Only then the theory and practice come together, and then you can say, I know something, I did something. And then you can put it in your resume after that. Yahan par aisa nahi hai. Paroksha jnanam is knowledge of that God. But that God is this God. And this the God is Jiva Aham. And that Aham is right there available. You don't have to verify, validate Aham. And therefore, immediate knowledge. Okay? That phrase is used often. And said that Vijnanam, which is Aparoksha Ishvara Jnanam, is immediate knowledge, is Vijnanam. Okay, what did we say? This most secret knowledge together with immediate knowledge, comma, knowing which you will be released from samsara. Literal meaning will be inauspicious. Everything that is inauspicious. Ashubham. Shubham means auspicious, mangalam. Opposite of that is inauspicious. If you don't understand the word inauspicious, then samsara is good. All the things I don't want. Namely, sadness and death. You can summarize all the things and say, okay, tell me one or two things that I don't want. Sadness, death. These two I don't want. Okay. Second shloka also we chanted. So, Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, Pavitramidam Uttamam, Pratyakshabagamam Dharmyam, Susukham Kartum Adhyaya. Again, he is continuing to praise this knowledge, okay, by more words like Rajavidya, Vidyanam Raja, king of all knowledges, all fields of knowledge, king. Why? What is the meaning of this king? It is like somebody comes and calls me and says, my daughter is going to college. What field she should take? What job? What field she should study? So that she can get a good job after 4 years. Okay, this is the question many people have. So that study has to be fruitful. What is the point in studying something and then being jobless after that? So therefore, they're talking about which field, and which constantly changes also. 4 years from now, what's going to happen, we don't know. But in general, they want to know. So what is that which will give me something? Will give me a job? That kind of question. So here, Rajavidya. Why is it called Rajavidya? Okay. You can guess. This is not a big secret here. And this is the Vidya about that which is Satyam. Everything else I've been studying and knowing so far, that I've been putting in my resume and all these things, is all Anatma Vidya. It is knowledge of Mithya, knowledge of things that are Anityam. All knowledge, important knowledge. We are not saying useless. No knowledge is useless. Everything is useful. Knowledge of how to cook is so important. It becomes important when the boy goes and stays in a hostel and suddenly shock. Amma, food is not good. First phone call. Food is not good. That's when this fellow realizes, oh my God, 16 years mom has been cooking for me. Twice, thrice, tiffin and this and that. This fellow goes out, comes in, where is this? Refrigerator is empty. And suddenly he realizes, no food, hostel. 4 years he has to put up with this. Not 1 day, 2 day, not some small vacation. And so everything is useful. Don't therefore be careful, don't put down anything. And so here it is Paravidya. Here Paravidya. All else was Aparavidya. Okay. And what else? This Vidya has a benefit, and that benefit is it is liberating. It's liberating. It's freeing up. Freeing up from what? All my loans and all, it will make sure all loans will be paid up soon or something. No, not that kind of freeing up. What kind of problems we have? We have physical limitations. Physical limitation means what? Body. The minute I associate myself with the body, then I have to go with the body, and the body, it's been working, but after some time, it starts to tell me, hey, all these problems are there. Suddenly, knee problem, kadak. And then knee says, what happened? Oh, I'm not able to. This right knee is slight problem is there. After a while, it becomes too serious, and I have to go to the doctor. Then back problem, lower back problem, this, that, constant, endless series of problems are there. Every part of the body. Then only I begin to appreciate all these fields of medicine, cardiology, ophthalmology, endocrinology, radiation, and radiologist, and then neurologist, this, that, everything. Then only I begin to neurologist. Why? Because neuron. Yeah, neuron. I studied in school long ago, neuron. I even drew it on a book, and there is a cell that looks like this, neuron. All these things become. Until now, I didn't worry about all this. Now every heartbeat, they say irregular heartbeat, atrial fibrillation or fibrillation, they say. Then Google. So physical problems, physical limitation, and then we have what? Emotional problems, emotional limitations, psychological limitation. Body is okay means, then what about the mind? Everything is there, Swamiji. Everything is there. I have everything. But my children don't call me. They've gone abroad. Those days, they used to call me very often. They used to visit me every year. Now, their children, this, that, they don't even call me Swamiji. Means what? Sad. Sadness, correct? How sad it is. I have everything, but I don't have that love that I'm seeking. I feel I'm not loved by my own family people. I feel like that. That is enough. This feeling is enough. Correct? This feeling is enough. All lifelong feeling is there. So, psychologically, there can be problems. Limited, vulnerable. And then intellectually, what about intellectual? So, the greatest researcher, greatest scientist, if you ask him, do you know everything? No, this has opened up a new area of research. It opened up a new area of research. I thought you're solving problems and you're figuring out things, and there's less and less things to know. No. It's in fact we have more and more things to know. The more we know, come to know that the less we know. Okay, something like that. Okay, and the CEO of a company is there, and 20,000 people working in his company, and then he somehow got dragged into some talk, and then some pravachan was going on, and young girl is talking, and she's giving a pravachanam and Bhagavatam, and words are flowing out. The other day I saw on TV also, just in Hindi, she's in the north. The words are just flowing out, just like that, and with so much authority and power, and she's just looking at people and then talking. Crowd is like thousands of people are there, and this CEO, there's nothing he doesn't know. It has been traveled all over the world, and he has a research department, treasury department, engineering department, manufacturing department. All departments are there under him. 20,000 people working, and he's listening. Not one word he knew. Long ago, when he was a boy, maybe my mother told me all these things. Yeah. Now what? Now he's listening to this So having to listen to the small girl. And in the office, 20,000 people listen to him. But you know why they listen to him? That is because if they don't listen, they won't get salary. That's why they're listening to him. Otherwise, they're not going to come to knock on the CEO's door and say, "Good morning, we have come, Guruji, we have come to listen to you." No employee is like that. They're all coming because they have no other choice. That's why they're listening to you. Okay. But here, people are thronging. So, intellectually wanting. And then suddenly that girl talks about Vedanta. Not able to follow. So there also Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita is there, the book is there, and not able to follow. Why? Because this CEO business and all is good. It's all needed. Nothing wrong with it. But there is no connection between that and what is going to be studied. Intellectually wanting. And some girl comes and asks you, "Uncle, you're something of a company. You're a manager of a company. What do you do?" We do all these things. Why? She keeps on asking why. Then at some point, he doesn't know the answer. He says, "Beta, you're asking a lot of questions. You're so good. You should join my research department." Because research, we need people who ask why, And so that's it. Even for this girl, he can't answer after some point. And so, yad jnatva. So there, look at that. In 7.2, what does it say? 7th shloka, what did he say? Yad jnatva neha bhuyonyat jnatavyam avashishyate. 2nd shloka, 7th chapter. Yad jnatva. There also he gives the advertisement. He says, if you know this, what happens? Anyaha bhuyaha na avashishyate. There is nothing else remaining to be known. That's what he says. Nothing else. Can you say something like that with any other piece of field of knowledge? No, you can't say that. And so only here it is. Because all that is there is Ishvara, and that is Aham also. And therefore Aham is Avinashi and Nityam, and Aham Satchidananda Atma. After this, everything is Bhagavan's Leela, everything is a joy, everything is just bonus. Salary, after salary, bonus. Right? Everything is bonus. Entire life is bonus. Every day is a bonus. Every relationship is a bonus. And if the person is a grahastha, the person has to do duties also. Cannot walk away from duties, even with this knowledge. So, neha bhuyon yat. Okay, that kind of knowledge. And here, for this Raja Vidya, Ramarai Kavi says, Yatha Sarva Purushanam Madhye Deepta Atishayatvena Bhupasya Rajatvam. He says, just like among the millions of people that are there, the king, he uses example king. You can say president, prime minister. Just like among millions of people, the prime minister just shines. A very different person, obviously. And that person has a lot of responsibilities. That's different, but very different. Everybody comes. And he's not an ordinary person. He's a human being, but not an ordinary human being. So like that, he says, Bhupasya Rajatvam Yatha, just as that. So also, Sarva Vidyanam Madhye, among all fields of knowledge, Brahma Vidyayaha, Deepta Atishayatva, Atishayatvena Rajatvam. Rajatvam means that command this knowledge has. And iti yam Brahma Vidya Raja Vidya. I like that. Ramarai Kavi gives an elaboration for this Raja Vidya. Okay, Raja Vidya. What about Raja Guhyam? Greatest secret. This Guhya Tamam in the previous shloka we saw. Greatest secret. And so in 2nd chapter, 29th shloka. Okay. Rahasyam, when you say, does anybody recall any shlokas with Rahasyam and things like that? Rahasyam heta duttamam, like that, something comes somewhere we saw. In the 4th chapter, let me look up. 3rd shloka. 4th chapter, 3rd shloka. Okay. Imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham abhyayam vivasvan manave praha manuriksha ikshvaka vebravit evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakaleneha mahata yogo nashtah parantapa sayevayam maya tedya yoga proktah puratanaha bhakto sime sakha cheti rahasyam hyetaduttamam. Etaduttamam rahasyam. There also he said Guhyatamam. Okay. Raja Guhyam, he said that. And it's also another, there is a secret. It's a secret because what is a secret? Secret is something that is kept under lock and key, that's kept hidden from everybody. That's why secret. That's why it's a secret. But yahan par aisa nahi hai. It's all open. There is no secret here at all. And Tattvamasi is a famous statement, in fact. And so it's not a secret. Yet, Swami Paramarthandaji says, even after 25 years of listening to these classes, he's saying, no, I'm not referring to you students. You're all very intelligent students, okay? He says, and I'm not saying it. He says, Swamiji says this, I'm not saying it. Veda Vyasa, Krishna is saying it. Okay? Krishna is saying it. What? Ascharyavat pashyati kaschidenam. Ascharyavat vadati tathaiva chanyaha. Ascharyavat chainamanya shrunoti. Shrutva apyenam. Shrutva api. Okay. Ascharyavat pashyati. There are people who say, oh, you're studying Bhagavad Gita. Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. Amazing is what he says, but in the mind he's thinking, poor fellow. Some problem he must have had in his life, right? Some love affair and all, something. This is the thought going on in the head. And so, Ascharyavat Pashyati, we don't know. And then, but later on, Shrutva Pyenam, even after listening to it, nothing has happened. Okay, nothing has happened. Therefore, when nothing happens, when somebody tells you, that means what? It's the greatest secret. Can there be a greater secret than this? I'm studying the greatest secret. And so that's how it is here. And Kathopanishad we're going to see Shravanaya api bahubir yona labhya. Shravanaya api bahubir yona labhya. Even to listen to it, it is not possible. Okay, by anybody. That is the type of subject it is, because masala nahi hai. See, this masala nahi hai. That is the problem with this. Okay, and not enough masala. Outside masala is too attractive. And so, like that, Shunvantopi Bahavo Yenna Vidyuhu. Shunvantaha, even after listening to it, many people don't understand it like that. Kathopanishad also says Ascharyo Vakta, etc. So like this Ascharyavat Pashyati, 220. 29. And then Hema Shankar is there. No, she's not here. She's in the other class. Okay. So just for Sanskrit students, so Raja Guhyam, there is a particular samasa, Raja Vidya. Vidyanam Raja should be Vidya Rajaha. Like that it should come. The word should be like that. But the words are switched. Vidya and Raja are switched. It becomes Raja Vidya. So there is a Panini Sutram for that. Okay. Anyway. So, Pavitram idam uttamam. Further, he continues. Idam uttamam pavitram. Pavitram pavakaha. Like the fire purifies. Fire removes all impurities and it purifies. Like that, it's pavitram. Pavitram, if you hear the word, suddenly somebody should raise your hand, right? Yes, we saw the word pavitram somewhere. Pavitram, Jnanam. One shloka has these two words, Jnanam and Pavitram. Nahi Jnanena Sadrisham Pavitramiha Vidyate. That is 7, you said? 7th chapter, Meera? No, I think that is not 7th. Nahi Jnanena is, must be 4th, I think.
No, there is one shloka Pavitram idam uttamam before also.
That is the one we are studying. Oh, before also there is Pavitra Vidam. Okay. But I was thinking of fourth chapter, Nahi Jnanena, fourth chapter. Shloka number 38. Okay. Nahi Jnanena Sadisham Pavitra Miha Vidyate. Like that we saw. Okay. So, purify. What does it purify? Purification I can understand. You clean up the house, clean up the room, and you filter your water. All that is purification. That's fine. What is it? It's filtering. What is it? Is it removing something? Yeah. From an emotional perspective, Shad Ripuhu. Kama, Krodaha, Lobaha, Moha, Madaha, Matsaryam. Shad Ripu. Sixfold enemies of the human being. What are these? Kamaha, Krodaha. Kamaha. Binding desires. Krodaha. Anger. Lobaha. Greed. Mohaha. Confusion and delusion. Wrong priorities. Mohaha. Then Madaha. Madaha. Aggressiveness. Matsarya, jealousy. These are the sixfold enemies. Those will go away. Why it will go away? How can these things go away? Well, when everything is me, there is no second thing for me to be jealous about. For me to be jealous, there must be something else to be jealous about. When everything is Brahma, how can I be jealous about? I can't be jealous about Brahma. Because why? Because I am Brahma. So all that is gone. So and then all the karma trayam also will be gone. So sanchita karma, agami karma, and then prarabdha karma will be there until this body is there, and then that also is gone. And of course, the root cause of all that is ajnanam. Ajnanam also is gone. And therefore, this is pavitram. This is pavitram. Nothing else. There is no knowledge that can do this for me, and therefore, uttamam pavitram. It is the greatest purifier. And then pratyakshavagam. Important word again. Avagamam. Avagamam means that's knowledge. Avagamam means knowledge. Knowing. That which is known. That which is known is called avagamam. Avagamaha. Avagamam. Okay. So, and this knowledge, what kind of knowledge it is? It is pratyaksha. It makes it pratyaksha. It is like, you've seen all these pictures and about all these great vacation places that you have to go to. And now you have a list of places that you and your family have to visit. And then, but you already seen the picture, you've seen all these videos, YouTube, you've already seen it. What is there to see? No, Guruji, you don't understand. There's nothing like being there. Nothing like being there. Okay. All right. Nothing like being there. I can accept that. Or Mohan Sai and all are laughing. And then they have gone to Char Dham and this Dham and that Dham and the big list there. No, all lot kinds of photos they have taken. Now Mohan doesn't have time to organize all these photos. That's his next project. Okay. That's another thing. These days they take so many pictures. And even to upload it on Google Photos, there is no time. But there is an auto and the phone, I think automatically you can keep uploading and all that. It will do all that. But who is going to see all those photos? Okay, I'll ask you a simple question. Did you see anybody else's photos in the last 1 week? Where is the time? If you have not seen somebody else's photos, is somebody else going to see your photo? I don't think so. So you just relax on that camera, okay, a little bit. And so, but here, so pratyaksha, it's not like being there. Yahampar also, pratyaksha avagamam. That knowledge about Ishvara and Jiva is, what kind of knowledge it is? It is the knowledge of the self. Therefore, and the self is what? Upa. We saw Upanishad meaning Upa. The nearest is the self, and knowledge of the nearest has to be pratyaksham, has to be immediate. Therefore, pratyakshavagamam. I'm not making a promise, Arjuna. I'm not saying after you die, you will come and meet me. Okay, now I'm going to go. Okay, you are going to be on earth for much longer than me. I'm going to go, but after that we'll meet. After you die, we will meet. Okay, I'll give you the address and all that. No, that kind of promise I'm not giving here, Arjuna. Yeah, pratyakshena sukhadehe iva avagamaha yasya, like that Bhashikara says. So just like if somebody asks you, are you happy? Yes, I'm happy. Or no, I'm not happy. Like that, Sukhadehe. Like that, this knowledge has to be pratyaksham. Okay? And freedom from inadequacy, here and now. Dharmyam, another word is used. Important word, dharmyam. Dharma here refers to Vedas. Sanatana Dharma. Okay? It is something that the Vedas has already told. Dharmyam. It's not something I'm pulling out of my hat. Okay, it has been told already. Imam vivasvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam vivasvan manavetra. So that it is Vedic. It is nothing new. It didn't come up. This is not a new something. Okay, and so puratanaha and all. Okay, yoga proktah puratanaha. So nashto abhavat. That puratana yoga is declining. That's what Krishna was saying there. Puratana. Yeah, very important. And that's why anything in India that has to survive has to be connected with the Vedas. That is why Buddhism also. Buddhism, despite all the great things it has, Buddhivada is a Nastikavada. Nastikavada means they do not consider Veda as a pramana. That is why Buddhism will not be popular in India. In India, at least, it won't be popular. Elsewhere, it may be popular. We don't. In India, there will be Buddhists, but they can't be popular. Because Veda, if they don't accept the Veda, then you may be a great thinker, but this knowledge cannot last for too long. Swami Paramarthanandaji reminds us that. Okay? Can't last for too long. And so, because it's a Nastika Darshana. Okay? And likewise, you have many people who, for lack of a better word, new age people, gurus are there, who don't talk about Bhagavad Gita, who don't talk about the Vedas, but they seem to bring something. Some aura is there. They're all doing good stuff. Okay, many of you are students of some people like that, but nothing wrong with that. We need all that. But I'm saying, be clear about all this. Veda Pramanam must be there. All this Bhagavad Gita and all connection must be there. If the connection is removed, I'm going to tell you something new. These Hindus are all lost. They're saying Veda Gita, they got lost in rituals. Somebody says that somebody is probably, there is a fraction of truth in that. Yeah, lost in rituals. That's why Bhagavad Gita. Don't get lost in rituals. Rituals has a purpose. Understand the purpose behind all these rituals. That's why we do the rituals. Okay. And so those New Age gurus, after they pass away, what will happen? That movement will slowly deteriorate, because the personality is important. In all these ashrams, the personality becomes important. The subject does not have a fulcrum. It is not a Veda-centric fulcrum. Okay, new kriyas and all these things they talk about. Okay, engineering and all that. That's all good. We need all of that. Okay, but if you look at their website, they'll tell you what are the things you get out of that. You will get performance. You will get, what do they say? They have some nice words they use. Performance. Perform to your best,
Self-confidence.
Self-confidence.
Power failure.
Yeah, in my small apartment, I use the telephone internet, and okay. So, am I audible now? Okay, good. So yeah, the video may be a little shaky, etc. But as long as the audio is clear, we are good. Or do you want me to turn off the video? No. Okay.
It's okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So that vidya, that dharmyam means dharmat anapetam. That which is not, does not transcend dharma. That which is in keeping with dharma. That which is in keeping with the Veda. Correct? Very important. So I just felt like saying that, because That's why anybody who wants to go away and say, I have something unique to offer. Krishna himself says he has nothing unique to offer. He says, whatever I am saying is Puratanaha. Whatever I am saying is what your ancestors heard about. I am not saying anything new, he says. How can any human being come up with anything new? So this humility has to be there. And so that respect for the Shastram and all must be there. Otherwise that Vidya will go away in no time. Okay. So Susukam, Kartum, Avyayam, etc. is there. We'll complete that in the next class. It's past 7:30. But yeah, so that's the significance. He's telling us the importance of this Vidya, this Jnana. So all of which is important for us to understand. We have to kind of, since we are all new into this, we have to understand, so many offerings are there. So many offerings are there. It's like a marketplace, spiritual marketplace. And then you have to be clear what's what. And then that clarity will slowly come as we study. So we'll conclude with that. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.